Hello everybody. Going to be making 2 crockpot meals in under 15 minutes. Super easy. Coming on here super late, so totally understand. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here and get the Okay, so I'm gonna be making 2 crockpot meals. The first one I've never made before, so this is the first time I'm making this one. So it'll be a little different since I've never made it before. This one is actually called stuffed pepper. Hi Carolyn. This one's actually called stuffed pepper soup is what it's called. Okay, so I just got a bag of peppers. Okay. So I cut them all up. It's just a small can of it. And I grounded up some of our grass-fed meat that we get every year. You can use turkey if you want to use turkey. We just use a family friend grass-fed meat. And then this was a whole bag of small ones. I hate cutting the big ones, so these are the small ones. So I'm just gonna throw these on top. I could have saved some and done like a snack with it, like a veggie thing with some cream cheese, but I decided to just do this instead. So I'm just gonna take this and mix it around. This looked so good on Pinterest. This looked so good. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some diced tomatoes. And I use the whole can, even the juices. Okay. The longest part it takes for this is to cook the meat, because I had to cook 2 pounds of meat. So that takes the longest. Okay. So we just kind of stir that around there. And then you need some tomato sauce. Now I use, hi, how are you, Batal? This is no salt added tomato sauce. And it only has 3 carbs and a 1/4 cup. So you're not even having that much. So, and it has no added sugar, which is great. Especially if you're gestational, you don't want added sugar. So, I have to cook 2 different ones because my husband does not like green peppers, red peppers, any sort of pepper. He doesn't like any of that stuff. So I have to cook him something separate. So I'm just taking, hi Caitlin. So I'm just taking some tomato sauce and I'm just dumping that in there. Okay. Again, the longest part for this is literally cooking the meat. And we don't buy our meat at the store. Ours is grown on a farm and then we butcher it. So we always have tons of meat on hand, which is the way to go right now because honestly the meat is not so good from the store. So I just kind of stir that around. Okay. Now I don't know if I want this super soupy. No, actually Jessica, I am making, it's called stuffed pepper soup. This is stuffed pepper soup. So I went to the store and I bought the mini bag of red peppers and yellow peppers and I put those in here. I grounded up a pound of meat. You can do turkey if you want to. And then I took some diced tomatoes and then I just put in this no sugar added or no salt added tomato soup, which is very low in carbs. And then I'm gonna take some beef broth. So I put this in last because I want to make sure, I don't want it to be overly soupy. I don't like super like watery soup, but I'm gonna take some garlic, just a little bit of garlic and a little bit of oregano. Now I already, ooh, well, there it is, right there, it came out. My daughter must have gotten her paws on that. So I already made a mess of myself, but I already seasoned the meat with, yeah, it sounds really good. So I already salted my meat with salt and pepper, but I love pink Himalayan salt. It's my favorite. And I'll put a little bit of pepper in there. And I'm gonna stir this. Okay, now it calls for 4 to 6 hours on low. I ain't got time for that. So we ain't doing 4 to 6 hours low. So I'm gonna do high for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, you can always adjust it that way. So what I'm doing here is I'm slowly adding the broth, because you want to do beef broth in here. Okay, but I'm not going to put too much because I don't like it super like watery, soupy. Now you can add, when it has an hour left, you take some brown rice, or what do you call it? Quinoa? Is that how you say it, honey? What kind of, how do you say? Quinoa. You can take brown rice or quinoa if you want to, and you can cook it, okay, pre-cook it. Normally I get all of my rice in like the 90-second bag because I ain't got time to wait for brown rice. But you take that an hour before it's done, and you can put it in this if you want to. I do not put rice in it. If I decide I want rice with it, I can, but I have to be really careful, because let's say my numbers, I have to be careful with my numbers. So if for some reason I have something that's a little bit higher, then I wouldn't be able to have this. So if I want to add rice, I'll just make the rice in the microwave, and then I can add it to it. So I'm gonna just leave this the consistency it is for now, but I will check on it and add any extra if I need to. So let me get my other crock pot. Okay, so this is the other crock pot. So the first crock pot meal literally took 5 minutes. Like, took a little bit longer. Hi, Christina, because I'm showing it to you guys on here. Okay, my daughter got into this because there's crumbs in it. Oh, those aren't crumbs. Scratch marks. Okay, so the next one we're gonna be making is cheeseburger soup. It's really good. It tastes just like a cheeseburger, like a Big Mac. If you've ever had like a Big Mac salad before, it tastes just like this, okay? So again, we have a pound of ground beef, and it's already been marinated with, I better not use that. It's already been marinated with salt and pepper, Himalayan salt and pepper, okay? And then it takes a whole 32 ounces of beef stock, okay? So beef broth. Because this is meant to be a more watery soup, okay? You're gonna take some diced tomatoes. Ooh. As you can tell, I don't really do things dainty in the kitchen. Okay, so you just take this and you kind of mix it around. You're gonna take some garlic, okay? And then I'm gonna show you guys. Do we have pickles, honey? No, I can't get to it, so. Okay, so I put some of that in there, and then I'll just take some more salt. And where's the pepper? Oh, here's the pepper. Okay. So you're just gonna put that in there for a little bit, okay? You wanna grab the pickles out for me, honey? I can't reach them, so. Okay, so with that said, I just need one more thing. Now, this is going to cook on high for 2 hours, okay? Now here's some special instructions that you'll need. I wrote them down just to make sure I give them to you guys properly. So, after about 2 hours, I think that's good enough. I think that's way too much broth, to be honest with you. That's why I always eye this stuff, because I feel like it doesn't need as much as they say it does. So at the end of the 2 hours, thank you, dear. So at the end of the 2 hours, you're going to need to take some, you're gonna take an 8-ounce thing of cream cheese, okay? You're gonna put it in the microwave, you're gonna soften it up, right? It's really important that you soften up your cream cheese. The reason why you don't put your cream cheese in now is because it gets chunky. Nobody wants chunky cream cheese, right? So I always wait till it's done, the meat is done cooking, and then I take the cream cheese and I melt it in the microwave. After I'm done melting it in the microwave, I take it and then I just put it into the soup. I take pickles. I put pickles in here. Okay, normally I would cut them up, but they get so soft in there that you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm just taking some pickles. Okay, we're gonna pick some pickles. Okay, so it gives it a really good flavor. And then I'm gonna show you my other secret weapon. Take a little bit of mustard. Take a little bit of mustard in there. You don't need a lot. Okay, that's about it. And then I just stir it up. Okay? So beef broth, diced tomatoes, pickles, a pound of ground beef, and a little bit of mustard. Okay, and you're gonna let this cook for 2 hours on high, and then after the 2 hours, then you're gonna go in and you're gonna get yourself some cream cheese, and you're going to soften the cream cheese, and then you're gonna put the cream cheese in here, let it cook for another half an hour, okay? If you want to, like in an hour and a half, set your timer, and then you can just let it cook in there for 30 minutes if you want to. But the whole premise is to keep it from being chunky, okay? You don't want the cream cheese chunky. Also, at the end, put some cheddar cheese in there, and then also put some sour cream on top of it, and there you go, you're good and done. So, really easy, 2 crock pot meals under like literally 15 minutes. It does not take very long to make these. I've already turned it on. So I'm setting it for an hour and 30 minutes on high. Okay, so it's on, it's ready to go. And so at an hour and 30 minutes, I'll have that cream cheese. Now here's another tip that you can do. Just take your cream cheese and let it sit out the whole time that it's cooking. So then by the time it gets there, it's ready to go, okay? So that's how you do it. So now we'll have food for the rest of the week. I just throw my crock pots over there and they're ready to go. So easy peasy, guys. When you get things down, that's why it's so important to do these. And I like to do them on Sundays because come Monday, I don't want to cook. I hate cooking. And to be honest with you, being pregnant, it just doesn't, I just get so tired of cooking. And then I make really bad choices. And with my gestational, I can't make bad choices at this point. So I always am looking for, try this stuffed pepper stuff. And if you do try any of these, let me know. If you have any gestational or keto recipes, drop them below. If not, if you want these, let me know. I can shoot those links over to you for the recipes. And I hope you guys